Hi everybody, I'm Katie Davis. This is my Brain Burps About Books Lunch and Learn number 20, and it's the last one for the summer hiatus, so I'm just going to do a quick Q&A, and then I'm going to get back to work because I've had last Friday was some sunspots or something, and Friday the 13th, they came to get me. So I'm just going to be answering questions. So I'm going to open up the Q&A, and let's see, get rid of the toolbox. Where's the Q&A? And where are we? Here we go. Hi, Tracy. How are you? So Tracy asks, and by the way, if you want to ask, put it in the Q&A now because it takes a while. There's a little bit of a delay, and if I don't see the questions, I'm not going to answer them, and then I'm going to go. All right, do you prepare a marketing plan during summer to approach schools for author visits? If so, can you highlight some things to include? Wow. Usually I have approached them, or they've approached me before the school year has started. I usually get booked previously to the following school year. A lot of schools set up their budgets, but you can still approach schools. There are a lot of schools that don't, and especially for spring visits, when they have to use that year's budget up, they might need somebody. They don't want to have it just go away, so a lot of times they will be searching around. So that's a really good way to make use of that. So even if you are trying to get a school visit and you are discouraged because the schools are saying maybe, oh, we booked people, a couple of years ago or something, don't worry about it because a lot of schools need to use their budgets up at the end of the year. Having said that, about your marketing plan, I would absolutely start making a plan. I've never really made a plan, but I do have a packet. So I'm constantly updating and stuff, although lately I have not been doing as many school visits. It started with the fact that I was working on novels, a YA novel, and I have not been doing as many elementary school visits because of that. It was costing me too much to go to the schools and go away from home. So traveling time, I don't get paid for that, and I'd rather stay home and write and then leave home. So even though I get paid for the day, it would be me leaving, say, on a Tuesday to do the school visit on a Wednesday, and then I couldn't get home in time Wednesday night, so I'd have to sleep over again and come home on Thursday. So I'd lose 3 days. And then there was all the catch-up for Friday. So it ended up being basically I lost a week and to get paid for 1 day. So it ended up to be kind of hard for me. But I still do them, but not as many. And then also school visits went down, and I think another reason that happened concurrently with that is that so many authors were doing them for free and for much lower price because they were self-published, and they would go in and bring their own books. And schools thought, well, why are we paying you so much? Because the self-published authors make all their money from their books. They don't charge as much. So a traditionally published author doesn't make that much money from the number of books sold. So that is why. There was no real marketing plan for me in terms of getting school visits. I never really got a lot of visits from approaching schools cold. So the marketing plans included other kinds of marketing for me, but not to approach schools. I created flyers and I printed the brochures when print was more of an issue. Now everything's online, so now they're downloadable. To the third part of your question, highlights of some things to include, I would include on your site or your page, I would include video of you doing any presentations that you have done. If you haven't visited schools yet, I would do some presentations at your local library. And don't charge them, because libraries are really, hurting for money. Budgets are tight. And have somebody record it and include that video. Any presentations you do, include the video. I would also include descriptions of what you do for different age ranges. I would go look on my school visit page and see what I do, and go to other people's visit pages and see what they include. And absolutely create your own, but take it from people who have already had some experience and be inspired by that. And if you have an educator guide for your books, even better. And Marcy Colleen does some great ones. Okay, she contributed to How to Promote Your Children's Book, and she did a great job. She did a chapter in it. You can get it on Amazon and read that chapter, because it's fantastic. It teaches you how to do it yourself if you can't afford to hire someone. So that's it. Now I know we have viewers, and you guys aren't asking questions, and I can't answer questions if there are not any there. So I know it's hot out here, at least. So my hair's still wet. My hair's still wet from the shower. Good. I emailed schools before they let out down here in Georgia. Oh, you're out already. And what? You emailed the schools, and did you get any responses, Tracy? I wish I could get you online. Can I get? Let me see. Can I get you on? No. Let's see. Let me see if I can get you on. Let's have a. I'm going to invite you, and if you say no, there you are. I'm going to invite. See if this works. You know I've been talking about this, right? So I invited you, and so if you say yes, I think you'll come up on the video. So I want to know if they responded, because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and I don't know your books. I don't know if are they available in Georgia? Are they about Georgia? If you have regional books, you have a lot better chance of getting into schools. And if they are teaching toward the curriculum, that's really good too. So, connections with teachers, personal connections will really help. If you can appeal to whatever their budgets are, if you can give them deals, all that stuff will really help. I highly recommend not undercutting your value. Charge what you are worth, okay? This is a business. You are a business person. You are valuable. What you teach is valuable. I cannot stress that enough. If you're not being paid enough, don't go. And I know the feeling of wanting to go and wanting to make money as an author and be there, unless it is a charity gig or the first time that you're going to learn your craft as a presenting author. I really don't feel that it's right for us to be taken advantage of. I can't even see. I can't see if I take my glasses off. How do people do this without any reflection? I don't know. I need some help with that. That's one video thing I don't know. How to do videos with glasses on. So, okay, well, I don't have any other questions, and I've only been on for 9 minutes, but it's crazy. I don't have any more questions. It's petered out, you guys. Everybody's sort of lazy for the summer, but this is a bad time for this thing, I think. I mean, I'm not getting any people. I had good people for the Kindle thing, but I think when I come back, It's not going to be so much lunch and learn unless it's lunch in Europe or something, because I'll do it at night or something when people are around. Because this is crazy to have only a couple of people to do this, right? Don't you think? I still want to do it though. But I think we'll take a summer break and concentrate on some big projects. All right, Barbara, thank you. If an author writes a book that is more for a girl or a boy, how would you do a school visit and include both girls and boys? Or would you have the boys or girls separated? No separating. First of all, I don't think the school would do it. You could appeal to a parochial schools that only have girls. That would be fine. That would maybe even get you more gigs to target those kinds of schools, although there are fewer and fewer out there. But I also would say, find examples. You're not teaching the book when you go to a school visit. So you have a program that addresses literacy or drawing or something like that. It's got to be a broader program. It can't be a program about your book, because that is too selling, kind of too markety-ish, and it's got to be something that's to the Common Core or the curriculum. So, for example, you might, like if I were doing Who Hops, and say it was my only book. At one point, it was my only book. It was my first book. So I would go into the schools, and maybe I would do, and I don't remember because it was a while ago, but I would tell how the book was created, and I would do a whole big story about how it was created, and I would tell the story in such a way that I could then ask kids to tell a story, or I could then say, I could create then a story from that and also draw, which of course not everybody can draw, but I would ask kids to come up and help me tell a story that built upon, each kid would tell one part of the story, or I would ask them questions and they would answer, and I'd pick a word out of that and then put that word on the board or on the overhead projector, which doesn't exist anymore, on the Elmo, and write it, and then it would be broadcast to the entire gym or cafetorium, and we would create a story like that. You can be really creative with how you do a presentation. You want to teach, and you want the kids to not realize you're doing that, but the teachers know you're teaching. But you want to make it. You can add a boy character to a girl book, and make a new story. Don't be selling the book in your presentation. You can refer to your book and you can talk about it, but don't make the presentation about that book, because you want it to be more broad than that. So Tracy, can you hear me? Can you speak? I see you.
That's
or
Katie.
Something when people are around. There you are.
Oh, she doesn't have her glasses on.
Tracy? Crazy to have only a couple of people. Right? What you think?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
There is a severe lag. I'm doing good. Are you still on? There's a really bad lag.
Yeah, I'm on. I hear it. Sounds weird.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I'm trying.
You want sound turned down?
Yeah, I want the sound off. There we go. I muted it.
I hear you.
Okay.
So
you were asking me about.
Uh-oh, I think she muted herself. Did you mute yourself? Say something. No, not hearing you, Tracy.
Testing.
Oh, there you go. I hear you now.
No.
I hear you.
Okay, good.
All right, so go ahead.
You were asking me about the email.
Uh-huh.
I've gotten a couple of people were interested, but nobody has confirmed.
So you got to follow up. Always, whenever you do anything, whether it's whether you are whatever it is, whatever kind of deal, whenever you email with somebody, I have learned a valuable thing from my husband, Jerry. Number one, never ask more than one question. Okay? Number two, because people, email is like fast and people are overwhelmed. So number one, only ask one question per email. At the most, maybe you ask two. Do not make the emails long. Make it two, make a little paragraph, and number them. Number one, boom, you write a number one, dash, and ask it. And at the end say, so my question is, to repeat, my question is, and then say, leave the ball in your own court. If you want, like, to set a date, you can set a date. So you say, so my question is, do you want me to come to your school and give an incredible presentation to the kids and get them very excited about reading? And after that, you say, I will call you or I will email you if school's closed next Thursday to get your answer. You always leave a next step, okay? Always leave a next step. So you don't leave it in their court because it could just never ever happen. You're just going to be sitting there waiting,
Right.
like, oh, I wonder if they're going to ever email me. No, you don't want that. You want to say to them, I will contact you next. You don't want to say, if I don't hear from you. No, you want to be strong about it. Say, I will contact you in a week on Thursday, and then mark it in your calendar and follow up. You want to make sure you follow up, and then do it.
Okay. That's
And then leave another one. Say, okay,
Yeah.
I told you last week, as you can see below, always include your previous conversation, so that person don't want to have to make them work at all. So include your previous conversations in the tail of all the emails. Say, as you can see below from my last email, I told you I would contact you on Thursday. Well, here it is, Thursday. Hope you had a great week. And always remember, never start any kind of correspondence with the word I. Okay?
right.
It's not about you. It's about them. Say, did you have a great week? I hope so. You can do that in the next sentence. But never make it, I hope you had a great week. No. Did you have a great week? Like that. And then say, well, last Thursday, blah, blah, blah. I told you I would contact you, and here I am, so excited to come to your school. Are you?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a great day.
All right, bye, Tracy. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Okay. All right, so we have another question. Nikki, I have a YA ready for marketing. What did you find worked best for you? I'd feel lame going to a high school. Who wouldn't? Okay, I'm going to mute you, Tracy. There we go. All right, so, well, working best. Having an educator guide, definitely. And somebody who does, I don't know if Marcy Colleen does educator guides for older kids. I think she concentrates on the younger kids. I'm not sure. But you can, if she doesn't, I have another friend, ironically, named Colleen, but that's her first name. Her name's Colleen Carroll, and she's fantastic. Everything is double letters, okay? So 2 L's, 2 E's, 2 R's, 2 L's. Colleen Carroll. And if you can't find her, I'll hook you up. So that was great. And you can see her work on my educator guide for Dancing with the Devil. It's on the books page on my website at katiedavis.com. It's fantastic. She did an incredible job. That's one thing. I would try to go to as many of the ABC meetings as you can, ALA and all those things. Blog tours. It's all the same. It's all the same things. I mean, it's not. it's not. It's less about the. It's less about the. Going to the schools for me anyway. And also, I think I would post a couple of chapters on Wattpad.com. They read like crazy there. And I would also, check out people like Ariel. Just did a thing on her. Hold on, let me try to find her. Ariel Bissett, I think. She's amazing. Send her contact her through her YouTube page. She's a book crazy blogger, video blogger. I'm always telling you guys about doing video. She is a YA reader. She's incredible, a book hungry girl, and she's huge on YouTube. And those are the kinds of readers you want. And those are the kinds of people you want to try to do a book tour with. Okay, Barbara says, if an author writes a book that is more for a girl or a boy, oh no, that's an old one, I already. Are self-published books you have through CreateSpace and being sold on Amazon safe with the copyright? Where'd that go? Hold on. Sorry, you guys, I did not click on these. Let me do the done thing. Select and done. It's a weird process they have. All right, now I got it, Barbara. Hold on. Now, are self-published books you have through CreateSpace and being sold on Amazon safe with the copyright they put on your book, or should an author still get copyrighted through the Library of Congress? I think they would be safe. I don't really worry about that stuff. I copyrighted mine, but I don't really worry about it. I mean, people are going to steal, and I get Google alerts for everything. Even my published through traditional means, I get Google alerts. So and so has your book free for a download. You know what? There are too many other important things in life, and I just can't get involved in that kind of those people who have all that bad karma. Just do what you can to protect yourself. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if somebody steals it, even if it's got copyright? Are you going to sue them? You know how much that costs? Just to talk to a lawyer costs a ton of money. I had somebody steal when I was in licensing back in the day. I had somebody, my agent. Those are really great agents, licensing agents. My agent sold over $50,000 from me, and that's only what I could prove. And I think it's probably like a cockroach. You see one cockroach, there's at least 200,000 others back behind the wall. So if I found 50K, there had to be more, right? That she and her husband stole from me. And so I went to a lawyer and I said, I want to sue these people in, court for getting the money because I knew it would be a lot. And they said that's going to cost you at least $30,000 just to walk through the doors of the courtroom. So you know what? You got to just let it go. Let it go. So sorry, Barbara. I would say you're probably safe, but don't worry about it. All right, you guys, it's pretty much the end of the time. I'm going to take off the summer, if you didn't hear that before. When I come back in the fall, I hope to have a bunch of new products available that are going to be really awesome. I mean, really cool. And I may just, do this at a different time of day. But, I'm still available to ask questions, but on my podcast. All right? So make sure I will answer all these things, but go to speakpipe.com/Katie Davis. Okay, can I speak? No. Speakpipe.com/Katie Davis. Leave your questions on there. Just say it into your computer. Okay? Go there, say your question into your computer. It just records it, and I'll answer it on the podcast. Right? Same questions. These are awesome questions. And every week you can ask them. I'll answer them. Okay? So, thank you for coming. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. And take it easy. Have an amazing summer. Bye, everybody.